Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Nur Nadira. So today our group will be discussing the critical issue of employee right, particularly in the context of recent layoff at Microsoft. Employee rights are fundamental entitlements that protect individuals in the workplace, ensuring fair treatment, safe working conditions, and respect for their dignity. These rights include protection against discrimination, the right to fair compensation, and the safeguard against retaliation for reporting workplace issues. Various legal frameworks such as the Civil Rights Act and the Fair Labor Standard Act establish this protection, ensuring employees have recourse if their rights are violated. This law provides a foundation for fair treatment and support a workplace culture of respect and equity. So recently, Microsoft announced significant layoff as a part of its ongoing structuring efforts. These layoffs have raised concern regarding employee rights, particularly around job security and the fairness of the process. As a major global corporation, Microsoft is expected to adhere to both legal guidelines and ethical standards when implementing workforce reduction. Employees impacted by the layoff have the right to be informed about the reason for their termination and to receive any compensation. Additionally, any hint of discriminatory practices in this layoff could expose Microsoft to legal challenge and damage its reputation. So Microsoft Corporation is a leading global technology company based in Redmond, Washington, founded in 1975 by Bill Gates and Paul Allen. This company is renowned for its software products, including the Windows operating system and the Microsoft Office suite. Over the years, the company has expanded its offering to include cloud computing service through Azure, gaming with Xbox, and the hardware product like Surface devices. So recently, Microsoft has faced significant workforce reduction as part of its ongoing strategy to manage the business operation effectively. In January 2024, the company announced another round of layoff affecting various teams and roles targeting underperforming employees as part of ongoing performance management strategy. This decision affects less than 1% of its global workforce, which stood at approximately 228,000 employees. The layoffs are expected to impact various departments, including the crucial security division. So actually, this action follows a series of previous layoffs that began in January 2023 when Microsoft cut around 10,000 jobs, accounting for about 5% of its workforce. Subsequent round of layoffs occurred throughout 2024, affecting thousands more across different divisions, including the Xbox gaming division. So the company's leadership itself has emphasized the focus on high performance talent and has been evaluating employee performance rigorously over the past month. Microsoft spokesperson state, when people are not performing, we take the appropriate action. So this highlight the company commitment to maintaining a high standard of performance among its staff. So basically, the action taken by Microsoft is aligned with their approach to restructure the business as they enter a new fiscal year. This is to focus more on the strategic growth area while managing their profit margin amid increased capital spending in AI infrastructure. As we delve into this topic, we will explore how the company can ensure compliance with legal standards and uphold its commitment to a respectful and equitable workplace during this challenging time.
Next is the stakeholders that are affected by the HR issues. So the first one is the laid off employees, specifically the Azure Cloud Services Division and HoloLens 2 teams. So these employees are directly impacted by job loss. They face financial instability, career disruption, and emotional stress. The next stakeholders are the remaining employees in Microsoft. So these employees may be from the same field or same department, and they are indirectly affected, and they may worry about job security and feel demotivated or overburdened due to increase of workloads and potential changes in team dynamics as the company emphasize on high performance. And lastly, the HR departments. So these departments are the one that are responsible for managing the layoff, ensuring compliance with labor laws and minimizing the negative impact on employees and the organizations. So they also have to handle the emotional fallout from the layoff among remaining staff and need to rebuild trust and foster a positive work environment post layoff.
Moving on to the analysis and discussion of the HR issue, let's begin with the frequency and scales of layoff at Microsoft. In early 2023, Microsoft announced significant job cuts affecting about 10,000 jobs or 5% of its workforce. These cuts were part of broader trend on ongoing reductions, which include nearly 2,000 employees from the gaming division and up to 1,500 jobs in Azure in 2024. Looking at the historical context, Microsoft had a pattern of significant layoff with major cuts in 2014 involving 8,000 jobs and during the Great Recession in 2009 with 1,500 jobs. These layoffs are indicative of how the company has historically managed workforce adjustment in response to the economic pressure and strategic shift. The current layoffs are part of strategic realignment, focusing on adapting to the market dynamic and shifting towards areas like AI and cloud computing. This realignment, while necessary for long-term competitiveness, has immediate impacts on the workforce. So, what's the impact on employees' morale? Now, turning to the impacts on employee morale, frequent layoffs lead to job security anxiety among remaining employees. Uncertainty about future job cuts create a climate of fear, which can affect productivity and employee satisfaction. This atmosphere of uncertainty can also cause a lack of trust between employees and management. When layoffs happen repeatedly, employees may feel disconnected and skeptical about the company's direction and leadership. So, discontent with leadership can further cause issue. For instance, when executive pay increase occur alongside layoff, it can lead to resentment among the staff who may feel that their contributions are undervalued. So finally, this can result in decrease in engagement. Employees who are worried about job security and feel disconnected from leadership are less likely to be motivated and engaged, potentially leading to the reduced performance and a lack of commitment to the company goals.
Moving on, let's discuss the implications for future diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is DEI efforts. The recent removal of Microsoft DEI team raised concerns about the company's long-term commitment to fostering an inclusive workplace. This decision might not only affect internal initiative, but could also impact Microsoft's external reputation. Companies today are increasingly judged on their commitment to DEI, and also neglecting these efforts might lead to criticism from advocacy groups and the public, potentially influencing talent acquisition and customer loyalty. On a broader scale, these layoffs contribute to industry-wide effects. In the technology sector, Microsoft's actions set a precedent for how other companies might handle economic pressure. If a leading company like Microsoft for large-scale layoff, it might encourage similar actions across the industry, potentially leading to a ripple effect where employees in the technology sector feel increasingly insecure about their job stability.
So next is solution and recommendations. The solution that can Microsoft do to solve this issue by transparent communications. Microsoft should provide a detailed and honest explanations for the layoff. Timely communication with employees and stakeholders is essential. By explaining the rationale behind the layoff and the future vision can help maintain trust and reduce uncertainty. Also, two-way communication is important too, where it can allow affected and remaining employees to ask questions through forums, town halls, or individual meetings. For the second solution, Microsoft should provide support system for affected employees, where offering severance package, provide affected employees with competitive severance pay, extended benefits, and support for smoother transitions. Also, Microsoft should offer career counseling too, such as mental health support to help employees cope with the emotional impact of layoffs. And job placement assistance also can help ease the transition for laid-off employees and preserve the company's reputation. Other than that, Microsoft should have a knowledge in management. By implementing robust knowledge management practice ensures that critical informations and expertise are retained within the organizations. And encouraging documentation and knowledge sharing can mitigate the impact of losing key personnel. Next solution is legal and compliance oversight. Microsoft should ensuring that all layoff procedures comply with relevant laws and regulation can prevent legal complications. In this process, Microsoft should consulting with legal experts and HR professional, which is vital in this process. And last but not least, for the last solution is employee engagement initiative and alternatives layoff. For remaining employees, it is crucial to Microsoft invest in moral boosting initiatives such as team building and activities, recognition programs, and career development opportunities. This can help alleviate fears and reinforce their commitment to the company. For the alternative ways, Microsoft should offer voluntary retirement or separation package to reduce involuntary layoff. And in this process also, Microsoft should reduce working hours or implement furlough as temporary measures. That's all for me. So I will pass to the next presenter, Fatih, to explain recommendation to apply for this issue.
Next, here are the recommendations to ensure long-term stability and minimize the risk of layoff in the future. First is strategic workforce planning, where the company can regularly review staffing needs to avoid overhiring or unnecessary layoff later on. The second one is conduct employee development program, where the company can provide opportunities for employees to learn new skills so they can stay relevant as the company evolves. The third one is keep employees happy, where the company can offer competitive pay, career growth paths, and a positive work environment to encourage the employees' loyalty. The fourth one is early risk detection, where the company can implement systems to identify financial or operational challenges before the employees escalate. And the last one is involve employees in company's changes, where the company can include the employees in the company's decision making to build trust and share responsibility for the sake of the company's improvement. So by implementing these strategies, we can create a more sustainable and supportive work environment in the future.
Next is the Islamic perspective. One of the concepts that can be applied here is the concept of wasatiyah. Prophet Muhammad SAW said the best of matters are those that are moderate, which highlights the importance of balance. While Microsoft had one of the biggest acquisitions in the tech industries and the CEO had a huge jump in their compensation, Microsoft still laid off thousands of employees. And this is where the concept of wasatiyah comes in. Wasatiyah encourage a balanced approach between the company's financial goals and the welfare of its employees. While it's crucial for Microsoft to remain financially successful, moderation dictates that extreme measures like layoff should be avoided when possible. This can be achieved by exploring alternatives, such as adjusting the executive compensation or finding ways to support employees during restructuring to ensure fairness and justice.
Next, Islam also emphasizes justice and fairness. In Surah An-Nahl, verse 90, indeed, Allah commands justice, grace, as well as generosity to close relatives. He forbids indecency, wickedness, and aggression. He instructs you, so perhaps you will be mindful. Layoffs, if necessary, should be conducted ethically, ensuring that employees are treated with dignity and provided appropriate support. Employees should consider the impact on workers' livelihoods and strive to minimize harm. Lastly, professional development as a form of ihsan. Prophet Muhammad stated that Allah loves that when one of you does a job, he does it with excellence. So employees facing layoffs can view this as an opportunity for growth and personal betterment. Constantly seeking knowledge and improving skills is a way of practicing ihsan in one's daily life, and it is highly encouraged for every Muslim. In conclusion, it requires a proactive risk management and strategic planning to navigate layoffs, particularly in an ever-changing corporate environment. Microsoft's staff realignment strategy, which prioritizes performance and efficiency, is an indicative of a larger trend in the tech sector. Individuals can ensure resilience in a labor market that is always changing by reducing the risk of layoffs and positioning themselves for future chances.